525,600 minutes, or 8,760 hours. What we all get every single year. Not brilliant. And I'm sure you'll all agree with me that 1 hour out of all of that, it's not much, really. We'll come back to that a bit later. First things first, though. Do you think I'm sexy? Is a question that you are all about to answer, but not about me. Because as George McPly once said, I just don't think I could handle that kind of rejection. The question is being asked of all of us by the craft of management, about the state of management right now. I don't know what you think, but sadly for me, it's no. Now, I am probably wrong, and I regularly am. And my no is only based on what I've seen and heard in my, what you would probably describe as medium-sized career. I'm David, and primarily I'm a husband and a dog father. After that, I've spent about 3 decades working with people and their talents in a wide variety of worlds of work. I coach, I develop teams, and I've delivered a lot of management and leadership sessions along the way. And one thing I've noticed, certainly in the last decade, is management has become disregarded. Proof, right here, cry, I have plenty. Podcast, Stephen Bartlett, Diary of the CEO. You are looking for the episode titled The Lost Art Delegation. YouTube, Simon Sinek. We're looking for the one that's titled P&L account awareness for the non-financial manager. I haven't found it yet. But more worryingly than that, in the last 5 years, I have watched management become vilified. That is a real tweet. Alexander. That is not helpful. Recently, I heard someone confidently state to me, Dave, don't understand. Management is really dangerous for people. It's like, no, arrogant incompetence is dangerous. I didn't realize management was. And the one I hear most of all is management day. I ain't got time to do that. Got the day job to do. Right, we're all right to clear that one up right now. Yeah? If you've got the word manager or any derivative of it in your job title, even if you're a really important chief of something or other, then it is your flipping day job. Because if you're not doing it, who is? Management has been forgotten about, and it's been vilified, and I am not having it anymore. My great friend Johnny Wansock is a carpenter. Now, I think he's an artist. He says it's just woodwork. And over the years, we've managed to agree on craftsman. Now, that's because Johnny was trained and he's learned and he's honed this set of skills over nearly 4 decades that enables him to provide a consistent, high quality service to his customers. And that's what management was always meant to be, a craft, something that people learned and that they honed over time. But we stopped doing it. What happened? Well, I'll tell you. Something snuck in, shoved it out of the way. If you want to come for a quick walk, I'll tell you. Leadership. I know I said it. I'm going there. Somebody blooming needs to. And we're going to rod check it. Leadership presents itself. Do you think I'm sexy? Like, yeah. Was too sexy for your own shirt. Look at it over there doing its little turn on the catwalk. On toned arm. Full of sexy podcasts. There is the other holding up what is now the all-essential leadership, credibility, bookshelf, and Teams call background.
Now, if you've got one, take a little look. Be honest. You haven't read them all, have you? Now, while we're on books, WizKids from McKinsey & Co. over in America, they will estimate 840 business books are published every single month globally. That's a lot of books. And if we say, I don't know, 12.6% of those books focus solely on leadership, 104 books a month on the same subject. Well, that's a lot of books. Now, I am blessed to have at least 2 published authors in the room, so it would be incredibly crude of me not to categorize said books. So there are the greats, universally acclaimed, usually universally held as required reading in any leadership role. Then we've got the good ones, and when I say good, I do mean good, okay? Considered, thoughtful, maybe a different avenue, something new to think of. Maybe a wonderful read or a listen and perhaps a reflective conversation with a friend or a colleague. And then we got the rest. Now, my incredible wife would describe this category as fugazi. It's kind of fluff, there's nothing really there, it's all fake. But for simplicity, we're going to refer to this category as bullshit. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Leadership gurus, there are many. They have much to say. Some of them haven't even led a dog on a walk, let alone a group of people through a complex transformational change. Sorry. Then, my favourite. Any book that makes any comparison to clandestine special forces operations. And how Wendy from Worcester runs her customer call centre. Wendy, if you're here or you're watching, take your £23.99, buy some pizza, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. And finally, my personal favourite, the natural habitat of our leadership guru, the gift that just keeps giving. LinkedIn. Yeah, you've seen him, haven't you? Sorry, it always gets me. You'll have seen the post. I hung my laundry out yesterday, and these are the 10 things it taught me about leadership. Bullshit, Jim, because all you did was pop your Crocs on, take a little walk down the garden, and hang your washing out. Oh, yeah. Anyway, calm. Now, it would be risky and somewhat ironic if I was to, recommend a business book at this point. But it's all right, because this one is going to become one of the greats. Written by Professor Jeffrey Pfeffer, off of Stanford University in California. And this was recommended to me by another great colleague and dear friend. And when I started reading it and I got past my own ego, obviously fired by much marvellous leadership things that I'd been doing, I suddenly realised what leadership was. And it wasn't what everyone was talking about. I'd like to read for you from this book. Much modern leadership thinking is based more on hope than reality, wishes rather than data, and beliefs rather than science. It's on mine. And that was pretty profound. And that page led me to this one. 18th of December 2019, Jeff Pfeff sat at his desk. Warm Californian sun casting through the window. He stylishly typed leadership into his keyboard. In under a second, Google obliges with 148 million opinions. Google Scholar, 2.6 million academic pieces. And Amazon, 117,000 books. And fast forward 9 years, me, wild, windy Worcester, rattling against the window, much less stylishly typing in the word leadership. Boom. By a factor of 7, the numbers have exploded. And with that many opinions on the same subject, might it be that people don't actually know what leadership is anymore? Well, thanks to Jeff Feff, we know what it costs. Boffins from Harvard Business School estimate that $50 billion a year is spent on global corporate training. And our whiz kids from McKinsey will tell us that 12.6% of that spend goes directly on leadership development. 6.3 billion pounds a year. And obviously with all that money spent and all those books written and all that research done, we can only assume that leadership is just getting better and better and better. Well, if Jeff Feff's facts are right, it's getting worse and worse. Now, I'm not here to criticize leadership, or as I call it, leadering. Because good and great leadership is essential, it always has been. I am here, though, to fight for managering, okay? Because good and great managering is just as essential. And it's always been leadering and managing, not all. Confucius, off of the old days, once said that life is very simple, but we insist on making it complicated. So I've gone as simple as my simple mind can get. Leadering is about doing the right things. Managing is about doing things right. And those two should be as tightly aligned, and dare I say it, in love, as these two. Because without that, this thing called work doesn't work. Now, I have no doubt that you're sat there going, oh gosh, Dave, terrible, I feel so bad. How can I make management feel sexy again? Don't worry, it's easy. It's as easy as hanging the laundry out, actually, Jim. 4 things is what you need. 3 management skills, they belong there, and 1 commodity. First is we coach more. Because when we coach, people stay in and get to solve more of their own problems, and then they learn, and then they develop. And when we delegate more, I mean properly delegate, not just wang it over the fence, but when we properly delegate, people get to taste, touch, and smell new situations and new skills, and as a result, they learn and they develop. And then finally, feedback, as much and as often as you can. Because as Brené Brown will tell you in her book, and it is a great one, Dare to Lead. Clear, well, that's kind. Unclear, well, that's unkind. The 4th one, the commodity that we all have, is time. Precious. But as Johnny Wansock teaches us, we must invest that time to train, to learn, and to grow those 3 small but mighty skills, and all the others. And I'm sorry, yes, P&L, account awareness for the non-financial manager, is one of them. But if what people say is true and that people really are our greatest asset, then the greatest investment we can make in our people as managers is our time. Do you remember earlier on that contract we all agreed to, you know, when I said an hour wasn't much in the grand scheme of things? Yeah, that one, great, cool. Okay, so 1 hour a month is 12 hours a year. You've been up, about, moving around, doing stuff for a lot longer than that today. Yet we're prepared to bet 12 hours a year is enough to support, to challenge, and to provide that consistent sense of reassurance that all of our people need. And those people are, and will always be, our most unique and most creative and our most unpredictable asset. Now, if like you, you're thinking, oh, I haven't got the time, Dave, sounds like a lot of work. I'll give you my father, marvellous man. When I used to try that one on, oh, sorry, Dad, didn't have the time. Sorry, Dad, don't have the time. And he would literally just say, David, you had all the time there was, and you have all the time there is. So we find ourselves back where we started. Isn't he lovely? But hopefully with a few things to think on. And hopefully a reassurance that if you've been distracted, like I was, by all the leadership fugazi, it's okay. And if you were never taught how to do managering in the first place, like so many people I've met, that's not okay. But it's okay because we've still got time to learn and hone. Because that is how we make managing sexy again. And that is how it is allowed to walk alongside leadership where it truly belongs. Because then and only then do we get to change these workplaces we spend a third of our lives in. Then and only then do people realize what is possible for them. So one final rod check, this time from leadering and managing. Do you think we're sexy? I know what my answer is. I'll leave you with yours. Thank you, everybody.